What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the like button, also hit that subscribe button. In this video, I want to show you how you can replace your lawnmower tire, the front one, with just common tools that you might already have. I have another video where I show how easy it is to do this, but I'm using a vise and some tools that some of the commenters said, hey, how can I do this if I don't have those tools? I'll put a link to that video in the description. So that's what this video is. And then also another comment was, how do I get it to air up? I can't get it to air up, and I didn't include that in the last video. So I'm gonna have it in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. First, while the wheel is still on the mower, release the air. I'm removing the valve 4 from the stem. Do it faster. Now, the only reason I said to air it down while it's on the mower still is because method 1, easiest method to break that bead, is to just move it back and forth a little bit, turn the wheel, and a lot of times it will break the bead, but you can see right here, this one is not. Now, if you're going to replace the old tire, it doesn't matter if you ruin that tire, but be careful not to ruin the rim of your wheel or ruin the tire if you plan to reinstall the old tire. But as you can see, this is not working. So let's proceed on to method number 2. So we're going to need to remove these wheels. I actually forgot about this. Sometimes I'll do this when I take the wheels off. If the tire hasn't just broken off easily, I'll just go ahead, as I have the jack already under it, I'll put that spindle underneath there and just let the weight down, and sometimes that'll work, but as you can see, it's not working this time. And I'm even using a hammer. So all you guys that complained that the hammer trick didn't work and you wanted to see me suffer a little bit, so you're about to see that later on in the video. Now, before I show you the long, painful method on that tire, let me show you the quick, easy method on this tire. But you will need a couple of things. You'll need a couple 2x4s right here. That one's only 42 inches and that one's only 6 inches. So you gotta have something relatively heavy and that has a gap between it and the floor. So I'm gonna try to use this toolbox right here. I got this 42-inch long piece 2x4 and this is 6 inches. So what I'm gonna do is use this first. The 6-inch piece is gonna go right on the edge, right there like that. And then this piece is 42 inches. Obviously, if it was longer, I'd have more leverage, but this is the longest pieces I have right now. So what I'm going to do is apply pressure and break this bead. But also remember to remove the core from the valve stem. Let all that air out so that air has somewhere to go as we're pushing down on this. Alright guys, so here's that left side front tire that we've already shown you how hard this bead is set on this wheel. So I'm going to show you how I can, even if you don't have 2x4s, nothing. All you need is just a little bit of patience and some WD-40. And no, WD-40 does not hurt rubber. I'm telling you, it doesn't. I've been using it for too long, for too many decades, and there's already other videos been proven, or that have proven it doesn't hurt rubber. So if you guys want to say it hurts rubber, please leave it in the comments. Provide some evidence that it hurts rubber. You'll still never convince me though, because I've been using it for decades. and I've yet to see how it damages it. But I don't care if you use WD-40, use any type of penetrating oil that's safe for rubber, and all I'm doing right now is working it in, working that WD-40 in between the rubber and the rim of this wheel. So basically it's just the rubber is stuck to the wheel. So you just need to let this penetrating oil do its job. So I hit it a few times and then just decided to let it sit, and I'll show you where I actually hit the rim of my wheel. All right, so we're almost there. So this is proving that this isn't a new tire. I mean, you can see this is not a new tire. So, I mean, if you don't have a machine, or you don't have, or if you're scared to hit it, like I actually did hit the rim of my wheel with the hammer slightly, but it's really just letting that rubber flex on the metal, you know, because it's really only fitting like right here on this spot where my finger is right here. I don't know if the camera can even see that. I did mess up my wheel a little bit there, but I'll fix that too. Now on this other side, I'll show you another method. However, I have had WD-40 soaking in between the tire and the metal. All right, now that we have the bead broken on both sides of this wheel, I want to take this metal rod that'll fit right through the center hub, and you will need a somewhat long screwdriver like this one. I want to say these are probably around 20 inches or so. Screwdriver is about 10 inches, not including the handle. So right now you can see what I'm doing here, and my biggest struggle is just keeping this thing from sliding around because I've got all this WD-40 on the tire, on my tools, and on the floor. But it's still, this part is relatively easy. Basically going to do the same thing, use that center round rod as a kind of a pivot point with my screwdriver. And this is a lot easier. Basically it's the same technique I'm using on the other video with the vise, and it would be a lot easier if you have a vise. I just want to show you guys how you can do this without it. And then remember that little notch I made, dent I made hitting it with the hammer earlier. I'm just going to basically put my hammer back, knock it in the opposite direction against the ground right there, and a little bit of persuasion, and it looks pretty good. And the only reason I'm laying down this towel is just because it's so slippery from all the WD-40, and I put that vice grip on there just to help keep control of the wheel as I slip the first side of the tire on. That's usually really easy. One trick to make the tires more like bendable and malleable is you want them to get as hot or warm as possible. So out of that package, if they're all deformed, which I get them like that too, and they're real stiff, heat them up some way with like a space heater or something if you have to. If you're in the cold environment, that's what I would do. I'd get it as hot as possible. Alright, so now the second part of this is the hardest, and you kind of maybe want this not soaking with WD-40, not super slick. So I'm going to lay this towel, and I've talked about the bead of this tire here. So again, no vise, no tire machine. I have a buddy of mine that installs big tires on like heavy equipment and stuff, and man, I've seen him install some low profile tires, and I'll tell you, it was freaking impressive. I'm gonna do it this way so make it easier for you guys to see. Keep forgetting the camera's there. So I'm just gonna hold this down with my knee, and actually what I'm gonna do is put this underneath right here to squeeze this tire in. Right here, right where I'm putting my knee is where that tire is. Having that hammer on the bottom side and then having my knee on the top side squeezes that tire to the center of that wheel, and that's going to give me more slack to mount the rest of the tire. So now I'm going to let this kind of pop back up a little bit. Hoping you guys can see this okay. So here's the challenging part right here. I might just try to use my feet instead so you guys can see better. So you're just going to kind of work it on there, work it on there. That's the hardest part, and with 2 screwdrivers, we got it on there. Just use some patience. Now, some of you said that airing up is the hardest part, so let me show you my tip on that. All right, guys, what I don't have is a tire right now that's disformed from packaging like you might have when you're putting a new one on, but oftentimes they'll be disformed. They'll be like this or whatever, and the beads aren't seating. So what I recommend is, one, get this tire get it as warm as possible, and that makes it a lot more malleable and everything. But the other thing that I'll do is just use a ratchet strap, and depending on the tire, like this is a small tire, so I usually just get away with just using a little 1-inch ratchet strap. And what I'll do is put it around the tire just like that, and then as I tighten this, what'll happen is it expands this out. It has to go somewhere. So as you tighten this down, it'll crush the tire to where it'll start getting to meet that landing on the wheel, and then you can start adding a little bit of air. Put your core back into the stem there and add a little bit of air, and it'll push that out, and then just start releasing the ratchet. And I have never had this not work. Not once has that not worked for me. Even on large tractor tires, we've had really wide ratchet straps on them, and to do that same method there. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. Even if you have to do that job and you don't have a vise, or another good tool to use would be like a C-clamp or something to break the bead. But I showed you some cool little methods in case you don't have any of that stuff. You can just use some 2x4s. I showed you how you can change that tire just with using some lubrication and some long screwdrivers. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll have more videos like this coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys.